how are you?
Good, yeah.
Have you been in London long?
Yesterday, we got in yesterday morning.
So you're still pretty knackered?
A little bit, we just came from Singapore, so not as bad as coming all the way from Australia.
Have you've obviously been to London quite a few times. Have you managed to do all the sightseeing, get that out of your system?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. Over the years you do bits and pieces. Greg hasn't been for a while, so he's been pretty keen to get out there.
Refresh yourself.
Yeah, that's right. But the weather's so great, it's just nice walking around.
You came over here for perfect weather, I mean you can't get better than this. So obviously you guys have been together for 21 years. Big changes ahead in 2012 because you announced 2 weeks ago that 3 of you are leaving.
Yes.
So talk us through the changes that are in store for the Wiggles.
A few months ago, Jeff and I really started the ball rolling. I guess that we just decided it was time to move on. Jeff had some health issues, but we've been going for 21 years. We've been touring a lot. We've been away from friends and family, and so it's just I just felt it was time to spend a bit more time at home. And so we're hanging up the skivvies as far as performing on stage, but we'll still be there in the background. We're still part of the whole. The organisation will be the faceless back room then. So was it a difficult decision to come to decide to... No, it's a joke.
Was it difficult? Like, obviously, something like that must be difficult to decide to...
It was difficult, and yet it seemed like the right time to do it, because particularly with Greg back as the original Wiggles. I mean, 18 months ago I was feeling a bit, could I keep doing this? And I'm going to be 60 next year, so that was also a bit of a factor.
Are you?
Yes. I'm not 40.
So over 21 years, obviously you've achieved a phenomenal amount of success. You know, you've sold in excess of 23 million, I think I read, DVDs and CDs. You've toured the world. Is there anything in particular that you're going to miss after, you decide to leave?
Yeah, well, for me, the audience is, the touring's been hard, but what makes it worthwhile is getting out on stage and seeing all the families out there having a great time. So, I know I'll miss that. And these guys, I'll miss spending all my time almost with them, because we're great mates and we've had this great adventure.
So you must be quite like your family.
Yeah.
Over such a long amount of time touring together, you must know each other like the back of your hands.
Yeah, what's that?
So thinking about the last 21 years, you've achieved so much. What are your personal highlights?
Wow, there's so many. Well, I think just the fact that people have allowed us to be a part of their lives, really. That they let their children watch the Wiggles DVDs and TV series, and they listen to our music. I mean, that really is just a highlight, because when we began, we really didn't know how big this was going to get. I think it went beyond all our imaginations, really. So just to have been able to do it for 21 years is just amazing.
So you're saying, obviously it's quite a lot to take in the fact that it did go off the way that it did. Did any of you hope before, you sort of had the international market, that it would go the world over? That you would find success, like internationally?
Well, I think it was just something that we just gave it a go. That's kind of how we've approached lots of things. Let's just give it a go. It's all happening here.
Love that ringtone.
Great ringtone. I don't think we really even hoped, other than we just gave it a go and to see how it went. And, we've treated a lot of things as an adventure, and so that's the way we've gone, really.
So have you managed to juggle everything? Because you have so many things going on. You're always on television. You're touring the world constantly. You've got a theme park. How do you juggle all of that sort of thing, as well as maintaining your family life?
A lot of it's to do with our management and our support staff, really. They do a lot of the organisational work, whereas we're just having fun doing the shows and doing what we love doing. You put a lot of faith in the people who support you.
So I take it that you will continue going along to the shows after the 3 of you do leave at the end of the year. You'll still be present in the Wiggles world,
and perhaps making some cameo appearances.
Really? Exclusive. So what are the changes ahead? If you talk us through what's actually happening with the Wiggles.
Well, we're touring till the end of the year.
Yep.
So these changes are really coming about next year, I guess.
Yeah.
So this year's really about just saying goodbye to the fans, giving people a chance to come and see the original lineup in our last shows. So we're in the UK now. We'll be doing 7 weeks in the US in about a month's time. Another one through Canada, New Zealand, then a big Australian tour at the end. So it's kind of pretty much the same, much more of the same till the end of the year. And then we've chosen new Wiggles to take over, and Anthony, you might like to talk about that.
Yeah, well, we've got first ever female Wiggle, Emma Watkins, who will be wearing the yellow skivvy, and she's a fantastic comedian, actor, singer, dancer. She does it all, and she also takes camera
Films and edits.
So
She's a renaissance.
So jack of all trades.
she really is. She's fantastic. And then we've got Simon Price, who will be wearing the red skivvy. He doesn't play guitar like Murray, but he's a brilliant singer. He was in Phantom of the Opera. He was actually the Phantom for 150 performances, so he's got all the opera singing chops and a great actor. But also he's enjoyed coming around with us on the road with us. He's been on the road with us for a couple of years, and he loves the challenge of an audience that really is so spontaneous compared to the adult theatre audience. We sit there quiet. Our audience, they're never quiet. Never. And taking over the purple is Lachlan Gillespie, who comes from Brisbane. Lovely guy. He's a WAPA graduate, which is Western Australian Performing Arts, where Hugh Jackman went. He went to the same place. And Lachlan's a really lovely guy and great singer. And again, we won't be making him a claim with Jeff, so we won't be saying "Wake up, Lachlan." That's Jeff's thing. But we'll find out what these guys, what their certain traits are. You know, with Murray, it's the guitar. Me, it was eating. It's eating. Greg singing. So. Emma, we're not sure yet, she's a little bit crazy, so it's something like that.
So what do you think is the most valuable lesson that the new Three Wiggles can learn before taking over, before the big skivvy handover?
Well, it's really about communicating with the audience. The child audience is different to adults. You've got to talk to them on their level. You know, with all the material we come up with, it's about thinking what they're interested in. So there's a few different things, but they've already done a lot of that because they've been on the road with us as dancers and singers, so they've already learned a lot of that, and we're just going to
Well, I think the best thing for them is to watch these guys, and they've got the right balance of gentleness, you know, slapstick, craziness, you know. But I really think the best lesson is to watch these three gentlemen in action, and Lockie, Emma, and Simon both have all said just how amazing it's been watching Greg back and the dynamics between us all on stage, which has been very, you know, lots of fun.
So obviously, because you left at a certain point as well, a couple of years ago, for a few years. Now that you're going to be leaving again, I mean, how does that feel for you?
Well, I think it actually feels quite good knowing that I'll be there for the final shows of the original lineup.
Yeah.
I think if I had have left and it wasn't that way, when they ended up doing their final shows, I probably would have felt a bit, I wouldn't have felt the same closure that I'm going to feel leaving at the same time as Murray and Jeff. So that's good. I mean, I wasn't going to be back forever anyway, so to finish at the same time as these guys just does bring it totally full circle.
And when Greg left 5 years ago, he left because of health problems, and he left pretty quickly. Like he just couldn't go on, and so he didn't really have the chance to say goodbye to the audience. So I think it's a really nice way for all of us to.
It is very all about closure, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think certainly when I did leave 5 years ago, I didn't know that my last show was going to be my last show because I got sick and then had to go home, and so I think I did do a lot of grieving, not knowing that my last show was my last. But I think now that we all know, end of the year is going to be our last show. It's going to be a very, very poignant time.
So you're over here doing your final shows as the original foursome. What's in store for the UK with the last four original members?
We're doing songs from 21 years ago right up to now, and there's There's lots of fun at the shows, you know, and very inclusive show, which means, you know, we want the audience to be, it's almost pantomime, like we celebrate birthdays at the show and sing all the songs that kids and the mums and dads, you know, love. So it's really, really joyous occasion for us and hopefully for the audience.